Hello, my paranormal peeps, and welcome back to another Deep Woods Paranormal podcast. My name is Matt Harvey. I'm the founder and lead investigator with Deep Woods Paranormal. I'm also the host of the Deep Woods Paranormal podcast. Bear with me as I adjust the lighting a little bit here so you guys can see me better. So, this is our 200th episode. I know Amanda was going to come on with me, but she's a little under the weather. So, we're going to do this just me. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We've been doing this podcast for, God, almost 3 years now. And to hit 200 podcasts, that's a lot. That's a huge, huge milestone for us. So, I'm extremely happy about that. Our schedule for the podcast, if you don't know, I try and post every Friday or Saturday. Normally, what happens is if you're listening to the audio, you'll get the audio first, and then we also have a YouTube and Rumble channel. We have actually two YouTube channels. We have a backup channel, and we also have a regular channel that we post a lot of stuff on, has more followers and stuff like that. So essentially, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a podcast out every Thursday, Friday, and then they post every Friday, Saturday for you guys to listen to and see what we've been up to and see what's going on. We do a lot of, if you're new to this channel, which a lot of people are, or you're new to the podcast, we have so many new subscribers on our YouTube channel. Thank you guys for everybody who subscribed recently and liked all the videos. I really appreciate that. So essentially what we do is we have been researching the paranormal for, God, I'm going on 30 years. We started out just ghost hunting, and slowly but surely we've kind of gone from ghost hunting to seeing a Bigfoot and then getting interested in Bigfoot research. And of course, then finding Bigfoot and all those other cool shows came out and learning more about it. I look like I'm being carried through a cemetery here, but this is actually just a video I did of a creepy cemetery down the Sam Houston National Forest. And then also, if you watch this video carefully, there is Bigfoots in this video. You have to watch. You have to look for them. They're standing literally right in front of me. I didn't even see them. I was like 2 or 3 feet away from them. How something didn't happen is just beyond me. But this video is on YouTube. It's on our channel. You're welcome to go see that. I'll try and post it. I'll try and link it into the description down below for you guys. Anyways, let's get into the podcast. So long time no see or no listen to, I should say. Amanda and I have been doing, private investigations, ghost hunts. Those always come first. The ghost hunting always comes first. Helping people always comes first. So I apologize for the lack of podcast for the last couple of weeks. Just FYI, we will take breaks in between sometimes also. If we're just got a lot going on in our personal lives, sometimes we will not post. I will try and give you guys a heads up from now on that there won't be a podcast next week or something. I'm trying to get back ahead so you guys get a podcast every week to listen to and go from there. But so I just apologize for that. I know a lot of people are asking us, how are you doing? How's your ankle? What's going on with the Bigfoot research? Are you guys still investigating, actively investigating? Yes, we are. We are still actively investigating. The location you see behind me is one of the places I do want to go back to. I have a friend that is going to go join us, hopefully. We're coordinating with him and some other people to go into their area and essentially look for Bigfoots in those areas. I have all planned. I've kind of talked about it before, so I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, we do have plans to go back out into the Sam Houston National Forest, Bastrop Forest. We're working with Joe's family, so I'm hoping that leads to something special again. You don't realize how special a location is until it's gone. And, Joe was like a brother to me. And so losing him, it sucked to lose him, number one. It really sucked. He was like part of our paranormal family. And then, losing that location, I mean, the opportunities we had. I mean, you don't walk into a location where you have Bigfoots literally walking down, next to you, within feet of you, very often. So, I mean, they didn't really seem like they're afraid of us. We weren't really afraid of them. I think it was more of a curiosity thing when we were doing something, they would come down and check out what it was, and they go, "Okay, this isn't interesting anymore. We're out of here. We're gonna move on to something else." But they would come down and check us out and stuff like that. If you have not seen Joe's Camp, it is on our YouTube channel. Again, I will link that video if I can find it in the description as well, so you guys can go look for that as well. We've done a lot of amazing investigations, bass drop, Bigfoot wise. We've every time I've been to the bass drop area, I've had an encounter with a Bigfoot. So, and these are just juveniles. They're I'm about 6'2", almost 6'3", and about 280, 290. And so they're about as big as I am. They're not huge, they're not super huge. I don't know if it's species of Bigfoot that is just that size, they don't get big. They do seem to climb up into trees. We have a couple of videos from the bass drop area. Again, you're welcome to go look at that and see what you think about that. I always tell everybody I don't expect anyone, whoa, what the heck was that? Look straight behind my head. Something was back in the bushes back there. It's moving. Something moved in the bushes behind me on the video. Okay, so sorry, I get distracted when I watch this. Hard not to watch the video myself. So, anyways, they do climb up in trees, and like I always tell people, I don't expect anyone to believe in Bigfoot or anything else paranormal wise. If you're new, if you're a skeptic, we have all ranges of people on this channel that listen and watch. We have our skeptics, we have our believers, we have the people that are, I think it's real. We have the on the fence people. We have the people that are like, no matter what you present to them, it's never going to be real. So yeah, we have a full spectrum of people on this channel, and we welcome everybody to go look at the evidence we collect and make up your own mind. You really have to make up your own mind and figure out what you think it is. Don't take anybody's opinion for it. Don't just because somebody says it's this or that. Make up your own mind. So, just enjoy the what we show you, and then like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a haunting, a Bigfoot, a Dogman, a lizard man, a UFO, aliens, whatever we're investigating. You guys got to make up your mind as to what was that. That's the famous thing that everybody says, oh, what was that? I'm sure I've said it many times, unfortunately. Okay, so like I said, we do Bigfoot research, we do ghost hunting. Amanda and I have been together for, God, 30 years now, and we've explored everything all over the place. And we've talked about that a lot on this channel, um, from living in places that had paranormal activity, to currently here. There's paranormal activity here, to owning objects that have attachments and stuff like that, and encountering those spirits in the house at night or sometimes during the day, depending on what's going on. Recently, we've had a lot of weird things happen, like noises, like something almost sounded like a glass fell and shattered. And I'm looking in the kitchen, and all my animals, 4 dogs and 2 cats, all look up at the same time, look in that area, and there's nothing there. Nothing fell. There's nothing, no glass broke. And I'm over there looking around, and I'm going, what in the world? We're the only owners of this house. There's never been a structure like this here before. So it's not residual, but it sounded like something broke. And then there's a loud bang that came from another wall. And I'm looking around going, okay, there's no outside wall attached to this wall. That happened. Um, and I see things. I've been seeing things since I was a little kid. I've seen ghosts and other things since I was a little kid. But yeah, I mean, the shadow people. And then the other night, Amanda was calling me when she was out in Tennessee, and essentially a full apparition. I thought it was a person. Literally walked past the fireplace as I was standing there looking straight at it into the kitchen and disappeared. I ran out there like I thought somebody was in the house. Looking around, there's nobody there. No one. No noise, just nobody there. The dog's little Mr. Zeus growled, "Oh, whoa. I just saw something I've never seen before. There was something back behind that tree. Okay, I'm gonna have to review this video myself. Holy moly. I walked past what looks like several Bigfoots. Holy crap. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I keep getting distracted by my own video. I am gonna have to go back and review this. We'll do that on maybe on one of the podcasts one of these days. If you guys are listening to the audio podcast, you're welcome to come over here to our YouTube channel. It is linked down below, and you guys can watch the video podcast, and we'll do a breakdown. Maybe we'll just do a regular video, not a podcast. We break this video down. I'll stop it and show you things, and we can take a look and see what we see. Anyways, so continuing on. So UFO research. We've been doing that for a long time. It's led to a lot of, honestly, I think bad things happening in our lives. I've lost many uh, laptops and computers after posting stuff like that or getting involved with it, and feeling like I'm being watched, and people telling me I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. People just walking up to me at random and telling me, "Hey, you shouldn't be doing that," or telling, not threatening me, just warning me not to be doing the research. Um, when I was, God, I was probably about, that'd be like 10, no, that'd be like 20 years ago. Is it a long ago? Yeah, about 15. I think it's about 15 years ago. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, one night I was out, I'd had my wisdom teeth out. 2 o'clock in the morning, I went out to the kitchen. Kitchen has a window over the, in the little breakfast nook. Look out, and there's a half moon, kind of half moon um, window up there, and I saw just flashing lights on it. And when I first looked at it, I was like, "Oh, it's just it's just some kind of a plane or whatever, helicopter." Excuse me for a second, guys. I'm having an issue with my allergies here. Anyways, it was just flashing green and white, and I'm like, "Okay, it must just be a helicopter or a plane," because it wasn't moving; it was kind of stationary. And so I went to grab the Tylenol out of the cabinet there. And I turn around and look, and it's flashing red, blue, orange, purple. I'm like, wait a minute. That is not a normal plane or helicopter. So I sat there and started looking at it for a couple of minutes. And as I'm sitting there staring at it, what the whoa, okay, yeah, I definitely gotta review this video. Um, as I'm sitting there staring at it, oh, if you're wondering what that furry thing is on top, the mic that I had on top of my GoPro for this video unfortunately started to tilt down on me. I don't know if it was just the weight of the microphone. I ended up putting an attachment on top of that so you can't see the microphone anymore. Anywho, so yeah, I essentially sat there and watched this thing for a long period of time. And as I watched it, the more interesting it got. Finally got to the point where I got so interested in this thing. Bear with me for a second. Sorry, guys. I had to blow my nose. I was just going nuts. Anyway, so I'm watching this thing, and I got to the point where I had to go out and grab my camera, my video camera, and I got my camera. I have a DSLR camera that has a 7,300 millimeter lens on it. And so I took that out and got the clicker, which means that basically you don't have to touch the camera. I didn't want to have any movement. I put the camera on a tripod, both cameras on tripods, and I took started taking pictures with the camera zoomed all the way in on this thing. And what the camera saw was completely different than what the actual video camera was capturing. The video camera, as far as I could zoom it in, I think it has 40 zoom. It's an old, I think it was an old Sony Handycam with night vision. I ended up turning the night vision off and zooming in as far as I could zoom in. And the more I watched this thing, the more it kept changing. And then it went from flashing lights to all of a sudden it was changing shape. And I'm like, what in the heck is that? And as this thing changed shape, it little things started coming out of it and circling around, coming back in. It was strange. Um, the thing was, from where I could see, it was pretty far away. It was probably, at least 100 miles away. But the more I watched it, the more I was like, oh, this is strange. And so I'm sitting out there at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning with the camera faced over my neighbor's, house. Thank God I don't think they were awake. They would probably come out and said, "What the heck are you doing?" But I took about 500 photos, and then I took about 2 hours of video. I just sat there and let it run and watch this thing change and change color and do all kinds of stuff. Um, So then I ended up putting it on social media and YouTube, and that's when my computer completely went down. I've talked about this before. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You guys can go back and listen to that episode where I think I talked about it in detail. But we also did the cattle mutilation stuff out here. I'm so glad that I interviewed the guy from the newspaper who originally broke the story, because I don't think I would have been able to talk to him after that. He kind of went into detail about what he saw, what happened, and all the stuff that he got, and all the people that were talking to him. We started interviewing witnesses, and everything just stopped. They would not talk to us after that. They wouldn't give us any information. They wouldn't go on camera. So we were in the middle of shooting Exploring the Unknown with Matt and Amanda at that point, and that kind of shut us down. So essentially, at that point in time, yeah, that's when the Exploring the Unknown kind of got put on hold. Strange things started happening, and so we essentially um, kind of had to go incognito mode for about 6 months till everything blew over. And at that point in time, we essentially just went, okay, we're going to wash our hands of this because it got creepy. Friends of mine that were kind of working with us got threatened and stuff like that. So, again, we kind of leave the alien stuff alone, the UFO stuff alone, because it seems to get us into trouble. As I've said on this podcast before, I kind of feel like I live the X Files. The more I dig into the paranormal, the stranger it gets, and the weirder things get. I mean, it's a strange thing. But Dogman, we've talked about Dogman before. We've talked about all kinds of different things with Dogman. Um, we've talked about Opa Joe's camp finding those prints. I've had those prints looked at now, and they confirm that they do look like they're Dogman prints. So some of the activity we could have been experiencing up at Joe's camp might not have just been um, I mean, Bigfoot. It could have been Dogman as well, and that explains it because it does get creepy as hell up there. I mean, there's certain points in time I'm pretty comfortable around Bigfoots, but going up to Joe's camp, sometimes it just got creepy, and you stand in there and you just feel like you have to essentially hide. You'd have to get in somewhere safe. And that's something that Joe always talked about at night. He never went out at night. His neighbors never went out at night. Animals went missing up there at night and stuff like that. So essentially, yeah, you just had to be so careful when you were up at his camp. And it just makes me wonder if there's more to the story at Joe's camp. And I'm really hoping I get the opportunity with the new technology we have, the new cameras, the new gear that we have, that we can go out there and get a better opportunity to really document it better than we did before. That's something Joe I know would have really enjoyed. And I'm really hoping that that opportunity does knock again, and we get an opportunity to stay out there and continue our research out there. But anyways, so that's Ghosts, that's Bigfoot, that's Dogman. We haven't really done a lot of Dogman research other than that. I've had a lot of people tell me they've seen Dogman around here. There's reports over here at Lake Bryan, over by where I work in Hearn, in this area. This area seems to be, the more I research the Brazos Valley and the Brazos River, there seems to be, like, I think, who was it? Somebody was talking about a Dogman Triangle, where there's basically in Texas here, where there's like a pyramid with all kinds of cities. And I've talked about that before too, and I don't want to get into that too much, because we're kind of talking about everything here on this podcast, because we're kind of doing, it's our 200th episode. So we're going to kind of revisit a lot of old stuff that we talked about, because like I said, we have a lot of new listeners. So anyways, but yeah, Dogman are very present. Um, we've made a breakthrough talking with the spirits on the ghost box, not the spirit box, the ghost box, two different things. I know a lot of people don't like the ghost box, but we've had several conversations with the spirits on the ghost box here recently, and we figured out what was chasing the spirits, what was chasing the ghosts around. And I'm not going to tell you what it was because it's creepy as hell. And we asked what were the yellow eyes, and from what everybody tells me, yellow eyes is usually Dogman. But we've had a lot of people that live in the forest too tell us they've seen those. And a friend of mine actually got a video where we basically took a picture of these huge, I mean, they're like the size of baseballs, huge yellow eyes. And in his video, they seem to have some kind of structure. They seem to have like a body shape, but they look like they're almost like a shadow, and it's kind of transparent. And the more I kind of look at it, I'm like, okay, the more I'm like, what is this? I talked to the ghost box and I tried to talk to the spirits about what they are. I mean, if you guys have information and you've experienced these things with these big, huge yellow eyes, comment down below. I mean, I don't think it's Dogman. I know it's not Bigfoot. I thought it was Bigfoot, but it's not. It's not a Bigfoot. It's not leaving any prints. After I encountered it where it was looking through my window, and it didn't have to go over any fences or anything to get to my backyard, or not into my backyard, but up to my window, because our forest is about maybe 300 feet away from us, where the forest starts behind our house. So I mean, and it didn't do anything to our chickens. So it makes me wonder, why wouldn't it have attacked the chickens if it was a Bigfoot? That would have been real simple for a Bigfoot to just grab the chickens. If it was Dogman, it would have been real simple for them to grab the chickens. Why did it grab one of my dogs? But these seem to be more supernatural. I'm not sure exactly what they are. So, like I said, if you guys, have an idea of what it could be or you've seen it, please feel free to comment down below. All my contact information is down below as well. If you'd like to comment or you don't want to make a comment, you don't want to be out in public, you can email me, you can text me, you can call me. But please be serious. I'm only looking for real reports. And we're trying to get to the bottom of what the yellow eyes are. What do they mean? Why are they here? Why all of a sudden have they come forward? Why are they making their presence known after all this time? When I went to Fort Worth and explored the Fort Worth monster thing, and that's where I rolled my ankle twice. One not so bad, the second time severely, to the point where I severely sprained my ankle. And by the way, it's now healing. So I'm looking forward to getting out here and running around here in the next couple, 3 or 4 months. Um, Much healthier now. Lost a lot of weight. Amanda's lost a lot of weight, and we're both much more energetic and easy. We're having an easier time moving around. So, anyways, yeah, we're looking forward to trying to get out and do some more Bigfoot research. Like I said, I think we're going to basically switch over to that almost exclusively. For my Bigfoot fans out there, I know a lot of people on this channel really enjoy watching the Bigfoot stuff. There's so many ghost channels and all that stuff, but we're going to really focus on Bigfoot. We're going to move around to different places, hopefully get into some places we've never been here in Texas. And then I think as we can, we're going to start moving further out of Texas and trying to explore other places. We're going to put Exploring the Unknown with Matt and Amanda back into play here. I've been trying to figure out how to make that work for probably almost 3 years now, and just haven't been happy with the way it's going. And Amanda and I sat down and we looked at it, and we just have been trying to figure it out, the best way to do it. I've been talking to other people about what they've been doing and stuff like that. So on and on and on. I don't want to ramble about that too long. So yeah, um, we're also looking for Bigfoot reports, Dogman reports. If you guys have had a sighting recently or of a Dogman, Bigfoot, whatever, or you have a location you want us to come check out, we're very discreet. Please, let us know. We have a lot of locations, like I said, we want to check out and get back out to with our new newer technology, I think we're going to be doing pretty well. Um, Trying to find these things. We have a lot of cool things that I want to try here in the next few months. And this is the time. I mean, this is the time to get out there because we're getting into what I believe is our mating season. Middle to end of summer, I think, is the mating season. Right now, I think they're migrating to wherever they're going. I don't know if they migrate from state to state or if they migrate, like if you've seen some of the shows recently, they migrate from, let's say, Alaska down to California. I don't know if they go that far. I don't know if there's a huge migration and several family members come together, or if, it's just family groups from around that area coming together, or if, several, they move in from several states and stuff like that. Are Bigfoots more complex than we think? Are they some kind of um, humanoid? Are they some kind of maybe Gigantopithecus? Are they a human ape hybrid? Are they just some unknown man? We just don't know at this point. And trying to get a sample for DNA that somebody will actually take seriously or not, just make disappear, has been very difficult. Um, we try to work with the local school around here, as we live next to Texas A&M. I'm looking to make friends with a primatologist, and I've had the opportunity to meet a few other people in the field that are actually out studying it. You've probably seen them on some of the shows, and I've had just a few minutes, unfortunately, only to talk to them about what their thoughts are on basically collecting samples for these things are. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to click off here. Thanks for listening to me rant for a little bit, and we will catch you on the next one.